Let me free you. Here's what the scripture says. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord of hosts. What you should be focusing on is not your victim and staying down, because if you keep your victim down, you got to stay down with your victim. What you should be focusing on is living an abundant life. And there are people who I know who are, I don't even think people are envious or jealous of us. That's not what they are. They are hurt that they never figured it out. And you figured it out. And I won.
You ready? All right.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by Douglas. I got Douglas in the building, man. Let me be real. Y'all know what time it is. It's called varsity. You know what I'm saying? And again, for those of y'all who don't know, you play varsity, that's when the real magic happens. You know, JV, you know, clap. Shout out to Carl and Maul. We love y'all.
No, Maul is rolling over it.
Just
what your boy say, Maul rolling over in this grave.
Rolling over. Oh, that's the only time I can actually joke with because, he not here to go crazy. So, no, shout out to Carl and Maul, but they not here. So it's us. You got us. Douglas, how you feeling, man?
I'm blessed, bro. It's a good season, man.
Fantastic.
It's a good season.
Yeah. You sent me a few texts this week, so I want to figure out exactly where we're going to go.
Yeah, you tell me. Just pick one of them.
Okay. So
pick one of them, and I'm going to go off on it.
Yeah, so, man, and I don't even want to jump right in, but I think we got to. One of the things that you said was, and I can't remember exactly how you phrased it, but you can't help a victim who want to stay a victim.
Yeah.
And, and again, you used the analogy we were talking to you, is kind of like, it's like somebody drowning in the middle of the lake and you send, a boat.
Yeah, they say, I'm good.
Yeah, and they like, no, I'm good. And they send, you know what I mean? Like they just keep sending opportunities and life, supports, and you get nothing. And man, it's crazy. And I talked about it a little bit, but you can expand on it, how we talked about like people want the illusion of help. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had a bunch of people hit me up. That's why I was like, yo, E, we got to break this down. And they was like, well, what do you mean? The illusion of help, or they want advice. They don't want to apply the advice. They want more advice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, I know you had some, I don't know if you had some.
Yeah, no. So the first thing I want to say is this message is for entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. Like this is not for people who are lazy. This is not a message for people who don't want to handle their business. Like this is actually a message for people who are, I want to phrase it properly. I want to say at least mentally about the grind.
Yeah.
Right? Like they have a concept of what entrepreneurship is, what they want to accomplish, what they want to do. So this isn't for lazy people. This isn't for people who not trying. This isn't for people who giving forth effort. This is for folks you didn't went to school.
Yeah.
You didn't got training. Like you really are about that life in terms of your thought process. Now I want to give an example so that people are clear. This is like that kid in college hooping. Like he going to every practice. Mm-hmm. He lifting weights, right? He doing everything he's supposed to be doing. He at every game. He doing his thing. But he at an HBCU, he ain't starting, but he say he going to the NBA. You feel me? And bro, this like it's real, bro. It's like, okay, so you say I can't go to the NBA from HBCU? Yeah, but you starting.
I mean, at least.
You starting.
And I'm saying
starting. And you putting up.
And you the Verizon League player of the
millennial.
Now, back in the day, they used to go a little bit more often. Like you had Shannon Sharp, Jerry Rice.
Yeah,
and them.
No, I'm talking about NBA.
Oh, NBA?
NFL, yes. NBA, it's not likely. It wasn't a lot of cats.
No, I had a little homie. He know who he is. I ain't going to bust his name out on the pod, but yeah, he was third string backup point guard for
I'm just saying,
You're good HBCU. And
Bruh.
I was like, yo, what's your plans like after graduation? He was like, man, the league.
I'm just saying.
I was like, which league?
Delusional, bruh.
Which league?
Delusional. Delusional. Because you got cats at Michigan State University
Yeah.
who started 4 years in a row
Yeah.
who didn't make it to the league.
Yeah.
Or who was Big Ten, whatever, got to the league and didn't last in the league. So I'm talking to those of you who are, you really got dreams, you got hoop dreams, you got goals. And we're not talking about basketball. I'm talking about whatever you doing in terms of entrepreneurship.
Man.
But here go the challenge though. You don't want to deal with the harsh reality of how difficult it is to actually be an entrepreneur who's successful.
Yeah.
Like, so what you do, because you don't want to deal with how difficult it is, what you do is now make other people, the challenge or the problem, right? Instead of dealing with—
Is that where the victim mentality starts to creep in right there?
Bruh, because I'm just being real. I mean this with all my heart. Bruh, it's tough. Like, let's just talk Caitlin Clark, is that what it is?
Yep.
Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, she putting up 30 points, 40 points. Yo, the reality is, even if you put up 30, 40, you still went to 2 Final Fours and didn't win. It's real, bruh. You can't ask her to do no more. You can't ask her to practice no more. You can't ask her to— bruh, you look at her squad versus South Carolina. I'm just talking about you got great players on both teams, but you talking about 6, 7, bro. You got 3 people.
Different
bro,
level.
you got 3 people. It's what her coach said. Coach was like, look, let's be real. And I think that's what separates successful entrepreneurs from people who are victims.
Yeah.
Bro, I thought her coach said it superb. She did not make no excuses. She said, we cannot grow. We just got to get in better position. Bruh, what she was telling them is like, ain't nobody on our squad 6, 7. Bruh, they had 3 players at least. I'm watching South Carolina. Homegirl get another foul, and they like, all right, she got 2, 3 fouls, she in trouble. They send her out. They send another 6, 7 joker in there. And then she get up foul, they bring another one, and sometimes they playing together. It's like the Twin Towers.
Yep.
But what the coach did not say to them is, we can't do this, and it's impossible to do that. She said, I'm just going to be real with y'all.
Yeah.
We can't grow.
Can't grow.
But what y'all can do is what you can position yourself better.
Yeah.
So when the ball come off the rim, you can't be taller than her, but you can Dennis Rodman me and figure it out. So what is that? That's saying we're not about to make no excuses, right?
Yeah.
And so y'all heard my message before. Bruh, at the end of the day, I'm still an African-American male motivational speaker, bruh.
Come on.
In a predominantly white industry, bruh. Like, I can name them for you.
Yeah.
Jim Rohn, you know what I'm saying? Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Napoleon Hill. I can name them for you.
Yeah.
But what I'm not gonna do is go, I'm an African-American male and make it seem like because of these challenges that exist, then I'm gonna put all my energy on the challenges that exist. I'm not about to do that. I'm about to go, okay, here go the 10 challenges that exist, but here are the 3 opportunities. Here's the 3 things I can personally do to not only stay in the game, kill the game, and have the big dogs on the other side saying we want to work with you.
Well, that's how we blew up. And a lot of people ask me, and I'm just like, dog, of all the disadvantages we had, and we had 2 black males trying to start a company, first of all, in America. That's just a disadvantage in and of itself.
From a working class.
Oh, bro, no entrepreneurial experience, anything. We had, no money, no startup capital, no support.
Never got a
safety
loan.
net, no loans, nobody coming in saying, oh, I'm going to do this for y'all. So there's all the disadvantages. But what were the advantages we had? We had the gift.
Yeah.
Right? He was obviously an incredible speaker. I was, gifted with branding. So we start putting our gifts together and we start, Carl, bro, he an S. So Carl was able to do everything, right? He grounds crew. So he's just like, yo, I can get in and get active with anything. So I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. we looked at all the disadvantages and acknowledged them. Because I think you do need to acknowledge them so that you don't have
to.
Here's what acknowledging them does, E. Acknowledging them, it eliminates the unrealistic expectations of what you're supposed to have.
Absolutely.
So you may be thinking, like I was when I first met E, we doing this kind of work for show. Like my man from the bank cut us a check and we out of here. Once I realized that was no longer the case, which I had to go through the situation in order to get there, now I'm playing with a full deck now.
Full deck.
Because I understand what the rules of engagement are.
And what's not about to happen.
And most of y'all don't understand the rules of engagement, one. So you do need to realize the things that ain't finna happen.
Absolutely.
Right? Because that's just important. Just know, ain't nobody finna walk through your door and hand you a check for $500,000 and be like, you know what, I love what you're doing, pay me back when you get a chance. That ain't gonna happen. So if we can eliminate those things, now we can start to focus on the things that we do have, right? So the things that we do have. E had an incredible gift. I had a gift. Carl had a gift. Okay, cool. What's everybody's gift? Get everybody on the bus. Get everybody in the right seat on the bus. All right, everybody in the right seat on the bus? Cool. Now, what are we doing and how do we do it consistently?
Absolutely.
What things can we control? We can control doing Thank God It's Monday every single week for years.
And I don't know if you remember, but Facebook came out. And you had to be a college student.
You had to be, had to have an EDU.
You had to, you had to have an EDU.
You had to have an EDU.
And we had an EDU.
Cool. Advantage.
Boom.
What are other advantages?
Free advertisement, bro.
Bro, YouTube came out.
Yep, YouTube came out. Yep.
Listen to what I'm telling y'all. I said it before. I can remember sitting in the room telling Carl, yo, there's this thing called YouTube.
No question.
I don't know what it is, but people be putting up like crazy cat videos.
Stuff. It was cat videos, bro.
And like
that's what was dope back then.
It looked like people, just regular people. I don't even think, if you under 30, you definitely don't know what I'm talking about. There was a time when you couldn't have your own stuff looking at you on the internet at all. Like, even if you had home movies or something like that, you wasn't putting it on the internet. Like, we had internet, but it was like, oh, you seen that one stinky monkey video and the monkey fell off the tree?
Yeah.
It wasn't your own stuff.
Bruh.
So I started looking and I said, look like people, regular folks is uploading their own stuff.
Crazy.
I said, Carl, can you figure out how to do it? In the typical Carl fashion, he said, give me a minute. And Carl figured out how to upload a video. And we were literally, from that point on, we start uploading content daily, weekly. It wasn't just the Thank God It's Mondays. We were uploading advantages.
Bro, no. If you go back and look, I told Carl, let's look at our first video that went up after the When You Want to Succeed is Bad. Bro, it was the advantage every week.
Advantage.
Now, here's what people have to understand. This is why we're telling you not to be a victim. We're not telling you not to be a victim because we care. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you grown. We're telling you not to be a victim because when you're a victim, you have the wrong focus.
Yeah.
And because you have the wrong focus, you're going to be putting up energy and not get nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So look, bruh, this, if nothing else this year that blew my mind was North Carolina State men's basketball.
Yep.
You talking about, I think they had lost 11 games or something like that.
14.
14 games, bruh. Nobody has ever gone to the Final Four who lost 14 games. At some point, Coach had a sit down with them and said, listen to me, mathematically, we can only lose one more game and our entire season is over.
Yep.
Like, let's just be real. We have to be honest.
Even in the tournament leading up to the big
we can't lose one more game, bruh. It's over. It's done. So that is, like you said, being realistic.
Yep.
Writing it down. So now you get to go home and say, okay, if we lose one more game. Now, bro, this is what's crazy to me about North Carolina State. When you are a victim, you lose and all your opportunities are gone. When you become a victim, you now start focusing on what inner changes you need to make. They asked your boy, like, yo, what changed? He said, we start coming to practice on time. We start doing what coach told us to do. We start hitting the weights. We start believing in coach and what he told. Bruh, my man said nothing changed about basketball. We didn't get no taller. We didn't get no stronger. We didn't get no bigger. But we stopped going, oh, this ain't, and this ain't, and this ain't, and this ain't. And he said all of us, every last one of us started saying, here's the reality. Here go the plan. We can't lose one more game. We got to win. We got to win out.
Yep.
What's that, ACC?
ACC,
We got to, because, they changing stuff. So I don't
they got to win the ACC
He said
tournament.
we got to win out.
And that's against Duke and North Carolina.
Duke, North Carolina, bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh. Don't forget, you got Florida State over there.
Yep.
There's some squads that you could lose to over there.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia Tech
Yep.
on a good night.
Yeah.
Bruh, he said we cannot lose out. They won every single game. Came in, won every single game. And listen to me. He said, bruh, we started having fun again. And so I just want y'all to understand, we looked at, okay, here go all the stuff that we don't have, all the stuff that we cannot do. Like if we mess up here, bruh, we was on our character. We was on consistency.
Man.
We knew for a fact we got one shot at this, and if we blow it, okay, whatever happened before today, ain't nothing we can do about it. But as of today, I never forget, CJ talks about it, but y'all got to be there. When the bank said no, there was this inner shift in CJ
1 million.
where he no longer had, it was nobody else. A victim is, and it wasn't on the negative side. The victim was CJ believed in all of his heart that some other entity or some other individuals were responsible for us going to the next level because we did not have the economics you needed to get in the game. So C wasn't like giving them more credit they deserve. He just knew economically we come from a working class community. We went to Michigan State University. We're helping people of color, specifically black males. Like, bruh, ain't nobody. We don't have enough to do what it is we trying to do, what we trying to accomplish. But the day we didn't get that money, and the day my man didn't call us back, that was the part. It wasn't that we didn't get the money. If we didn't get the money and my man had explained why we wouldn't get the money, we probably would have been cool.
Still don't know to this day.
C would have been like, oh, you know what? That's why we didn't get it.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I'm trying to tell you, you are a victim when you're still looking for proof. Like, what are you looking for proof for? Like, you got to hear what I'm saying. You are wasting energy and you're wasting time because you are consumed with why. Why did the bank? And why did my daddy? And why didn't this person? And why? Let me tell you something. If you get to the end of the yellow brick road and figure out why, that why is not going to take you to where you're trying to get to. It's only one thing that's going to take you there. And so once C was like, bro, I promise y'all, man, I wish y'all could go back. It's the best thing that ever happened to us. And sometimes losing is the best thing that happened to you because you're going to lose. So you got to stop being a victim and go, why? Let me tell y'all, I've never said this. I'll let CJ tell the story. But I'm so grateful that we didn't get that money because there was a shift in his energy. There was a shift in his ownership that from that day forward, C was like, I got it. If anybody gonna blow us up, if anybody's gonna help us, it's the two of us and then Carl's support. That's the only thing that's gonna blow us up. So what I gained from not getting that money, I gained 1,000% all his energy, all his commitment, all his ideas, everything he had from that day forth, I got it. And from that day forward, it was only a matter of time before we became number one at what we do.
So I'm pretty sure you've heard this before, but our bodies are about 60 to 70% water. And that's why you're hearing all this talk about hydration. But what if you could get a 2-for-1 every time you drank water? What if you actually could replenish the nutrients that your cells needed? Well, our friends at Organifi, they believe in hydration with purpose, introducing their superfood powder blends that turn your everyday water into a delicious, nutrient-packed drink. It's like a power boost from nature. One standout is their green juice, a personal favorite of ours for years. Unlike other green juices, it actually tastes great. Imagine enjoying a refreshing drink that's better than plain water and filled with incredible ingredients like chlorella, spirulina, and moringa from around the world. Just one scoop a day can make a massive difference for your body. What sets Organifi apart is the clinical dose of the adaptogen ashwagandha, known to balance cortisol levels, your stress hormone. In times of heightened stress, this can be a game changer for your weight, sleep, and your immune system. Organifi sources top quality ingredients from organic farms worldwide, ensuring their products are vegan-friendly, gluten-free, and free of any artificial additives. It's pure nutrition in every sip. All right, so here's the exciting part for you. Because you rock with the Secrets to Success podcast, you can go to Organifi.com/success and explore their collection. And at checkout, make sure you use the promo code SUCCESS for an exclusive 20% discount on all products. Yes, you heard it right. It's VIP treatment just for you. And stay close, guys. Organifi is literally doing weekly promotions, just trying to find ways to add value. So if you order between the 12th and the 15th, if you buy 2 pouches, you actually get a free tote, all right? So again, they're just looking for ways to add value. So go to Organifi.com/success. Use that promo code SUCCESS to save 20% off your order. Are you ready to unlock the secrets to e-commerce success? Well, get ready, because this episode is brought to you by Shopify, the ultimate platform for building your online store. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, Shopify has all the tools you'll need to thrive in this digital marketplace. Stay tuned to discover the secrets to success with Shopify. Shopify is the global commerce platform that's been by our side for over 10 years now. From launching our online store to hitting milestones that we never ever dreamed of, Shopify has been there every step of the way. Whether you're selling scented soap or outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. Their all-in-one e-commerce platform and in-person POS system, it covers all bases. And watch this, guys. Shopify has jumped on the AI bandwagon, and they have their Shopify Magic. It's an AI-powered all-star that helps you sell more with less effort. Plus, Shopify's checkout converts 36% better on average compared to other platforms. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the United States and has helped millions of entrepreneurs across 175 countries, including Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen? And don't forget about Shopify's award-winning support team. They're there to support your success every step of the way. It's simple, guys. Businesses that grow, they grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/secret-to-success, all lowercase. Again, that's shopify.com/secrets-to-success. Go there now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/secret-to-success.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because as you're talking, I've never thought about it that way, that had we got an explanation, maybe that would have changed.
No question.
Not even gave me the full cut I needed, right? Because if you would have been like, yo, we had some other things come up, the bank took a hit last month, interest rates was down. I don't know. I don't know. Bank
Write another proposal.
But just anything.
Right.
Oh, I would have wrote it. I'd have wrote it in a heartbeat.
Yep.
But what E trying to tell y'all is, and I did feel bad, and I did feel like a victim. I worked my butt off, bro, and I was like, yo, we put stuff together. It was months we were working on this, and to get the rug swept out from underneath you, it hurt. And I remember thinking like, yo, I felt bad. Like, yo, how could he do this to us? We good people. We speaking. We changing it. My man don't care about the community. He don't care about the kid, da-da-da. I was going off. And then finally when E was like, yo, let's go back to work. And I was like, yo, we going like tomorrow? Or he's like, nah, right now. And I remember sitting in there going, okay, I can't give anybody this much control over me again.
That's what a victim is.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what
I wasn't even trying to be sweet. I was just like, okay, I don't like that feeling of somebody being able to take something from me. Does that make sense?
No question.
When you feel so vulnerable. That's why I don't feel vulnerable no more. It's in my hands. It's in our hands. But back then it was like, I remember feeling so like violated.
Yeah.
And like a victim, like, yo, I was taken advantage of, I was lied to, like all of these things. And it's so crazy, like, if proven that listen to what I'm about to say to y'all, and I promise you, and this is not, I hope people understand, this is not to minimize nothing nobody been through. I'm talking about horrific stuff, wherever you at on the spectrum. I had a conversation with somebody close to us not that long ago. And there's been some transitions and transitioning going on. And the person was just like, yo, I just feel like, everything around just ain't been right. And I feel like in this case, this person did this to me. I feel like in this case, I was loyal and this happened. And then in this case, I was, I'm not playing, bruh.
How many cases was it?
No. Like legit over 10. Like, y'all might think, I'm not trying to exaggerate for the cameras, nothing. It was legit, like, they had every instance in which they felt like they had been wronged. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, cool. And I was like, let's just say.
For the record.
For the record.
Yeah.
All of that is 1,000,000% true. Like, I'll give it to you, right? Like, here you go. There's no victim trophy.
Yeah.
Does
That's
that make
good.
sense? Like,
That's
there's
good.
no, you don't get a trophy for that.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Like, I'm not just going,
that's
like,
good.
dun, 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 dun. Like,
Yeah.
I think they want, like, I think in their mind, they like, bring me the,
yeah.
No, I'm just being real. Like,
Yeah.
because she was explaining it to me as if,
Or he was explaining it to you.
or he, Carl, be quiet. No. They were explaining it to me.
Yeah, they were explaining it to me.
No, I'm saying.
No gender. Yeah,
They were explaining it to me as if they...
Well, that's good.
They were saying, no, listen. Carl, they were explaining the excuses to me as if I believed them, it was a win for them.
Yeah, that's good, see. That's good.
So they were like, yo, nah, you, and I was like, Now, mind you, all of that wasn't, I was there for some of that, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah, regardless though.
But I'm like,
even if it's real.
For the sake of argument.
Yeah, even if it's real.
I'm going to give you every one. Now you get to go, Ma, we did it.
We did it.
I'm the number one victim.
I'm the number one. We won.
Like, and I'm like, okay, what, now what?
Yeah.
And I said, hold on. To your point, and this is why going through these life experiences helps so much, to your point, I was like, imagine, I told the person, I said, now, put the shoe on the other foot. I said, could you, like me, CJ, again, I ain't trying to toot my own horn. I said, could you imagine me ever saying in any circumstance that I'm a victim? I was like, just go through all of them.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, some real foul stuff happened with an account that took quite a bit.
$250,000. $250,000.
You said it, I didn't.
$250,000.
No, I'm just saying.
$250,000.
Okay, cool. Straight out the joint, and it never came back. I said to the person, I was just like, yo, how many times did I call E crying? Did I call you back and say, oh, I can't? Did I spend 6 months trying to figure out? I said, I never became a victim. I said, the time I would have used to complain and be victimized about the 250, I could have spent that time, energy, and effort becoming a victor and getting it back tenfold.
Yeah.
I said, but because you see everything through the lens of a victim, everything that happens to you is a negative. What happened to this person, had it been when we were there with the bank, that would have destroyed you.
Yeah.
He just said that was the best thing that ever happened to me because it turned me into a different kind of beast. It made me hunt in a way that I never hunt. It made me accountable in a way I was never accountable. It made me get up at a time I never got up. It made me stay up till an hour I never stayed up. That boosted me. But when you have the victim lens, when you hold up your victim trophy, you're like, bruh.
Victim trophy. Wow.
72
No,
and
I'm
0.
saying the victim trophy.
72-0.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Bruh. And then you ran through the playoffs undefeated.
Undefeated.
If being a victim at the end of the day meant like, yo, you know what? 500,000. You victim of the year. It doesn't do anything. And so you have to, and I want you to speak to this. How do you rewire your brain? Because I do think that there is I've noticed that people who, I don't want to say play the victim, because here's the thing. I can hear some of y'all right now. I know what you're saying. But see, I was
question.
abused.
No question you were.
My husband left.
No question.
I was, what?
It did happen.
It happened.
Yep.
I got you. My thing is, how do you get out of that and get over that and become, you always say that you're not a victim, you're a victor. If you can look up, you can get up. How do you adapt the mentality? Because I do think there's a mentality that's a victim. And again, with this person, I just flat out told him, I was just like, yo, you are a victim.
I'm
not
tell you
just
this,
in
though.
one area, and you had some, but in every area, you're a victim.
And here's the deal. We all have been victimized.
1,000,000%.
In some regard.
Everybody's been victimized. It is in being victimized that the enemy gets you to be a victim. Or either you get victimized and you become a victor. But for most of us,
Just because you got victimized don't mean
you're not a
You're a
victim.
victim.
No, you're not one. But you get to choose. So I always, and again, this is the first time you said it. and we on the same page. And I'm about to fix it because you said it, you still saying it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you did the right thing, people who are listening, they're not gonna catch it. When you said, what hurt me so bad was I put all of this energy into this bank situation and then we didn't get it and I wasted my time. Actually, you didn't waste your time.
Did not waste.
Actually, you got exactly what you were supposed to get out of doing that bank thing. You got exactly what you're supposed to do. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
nothing from them.
Thank God.
And everything from you.
yourself.
Thank God.
Because you were focusing on them, you could never activate you. And that's what a victim is. A victim just says, you are just as responsible for the outcomes that I see.
And that's
as
the
I
part
am.
that scared me.
That's the victim
part. And that's
part.
the part that scared me. Because now imagine me having to go tell my wife, yo, we can't take this trip.
He victimized you.
Because my man.
He didn't give you the money from the bank like
it's
he
like
said he was.
tattletale. Like when you're a kid, you like, it was it.
And so what happens when so here's what happens. When you get victimized, you either spend the rest of your life trying to get proof that you got victimized.
And that's what I'm saying. Do you hear what I'm saying? Carl, it was like when they was explaining it to me.
That's all they wanted.
It was like the Jordan LeBron debate.
That's it.
They was putting up stats.
That's it.
And I was like,
you just want to prove it.
I was like,
because at the end of the day,
I'll give you
that's your reward, though. Your reward
validation.
is the validation that I needed you to help me and you didn't come through for me. So guess what I got to do now? I don't got to go to bed and feel the pain. Let me tell y'all something.
No, you feel it.
No.
You still feel it.
No, you don't feel it.
You try to pawn it off.
No, you don't feel it.
You don't. You feel not having the thing that
That's
you
what you
wanted,
feel.
but you don't feel the responsibility
You don't feel
of
the pain
it.
of the responsibility.
No, not the responsibility.
No.
I see. I don't care nothing about the responsibility.
That's everything, though. That's everything.
You don't have the outcome.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's everything. You don't get the outcome without the responsibility. You feel me? And so it's like you trying to get proof. And I remember it shifted from proof to paper. Like, I got to get this paper. I don't care if it's money or if it's a degree, but there's something about paper that is going to ultimately satisfy me. Not necessarily other people around me, but I get this degree, I already know it's going to put me in a different just space and place in America. I get this money, I get this shmoney, I already know it's going to put me in a different space. So I had to decide, okay, which one is most important to you? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Sharing that my biological father was not in my life and that what I considered to be my downfall was because him not being there. Oh, bro, I'm not going to tell you. Oh, it felt good having stories. It felt good having people sit down. Like,
okay, tell me about that feeling. So you just be like, hey, let's sit down. Let me tell you about my dad not being in my life.
Because my man telling me, you about to get kicked out of Oakwood. You about to be on academic probation. And so I don't want to deal with that.
That ain't my fault.
That's Learning Resource Center. That's, I got to study more. That's, I got to take these remedial classes while my boys, that's no video games, can't go to the movies. Like, I'm not stupid.
Not having your father was just
Oh,
like,
that is that's
Trump
like,
card.
Bruh, that's the Trump card. Nah, you
Bye.
think I can't read because I didn't
Big
study.
joke.
You think I can't read because I didn't. No, that
ain't got nothing to do with me skipping that class.
This my father wasn't like,
Wow.
This don't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Because now you looking at me like I'm stupid because I can't read or write. You looking at me like I'm dumb. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no. Can you read and can you write? They like, yeah.
Did you have your
Very
father?
well. I said, did you have your daddy?
Yeah.
I had my daddy.
See?
Okay, see?
I got a
Boom.
legitimate
Bro, so you don't
excuse.
understand me.
Point proven.
Point proven. You don't understand me. You can't sit here and judge me because you don't know. But the cool thing about it was after a bunch of those, and I had collected them jokers.
You got all big
I
jokes.
had all of them. And I would go and try to
Royal
cash them
flush.
in.
And you ain't
And I
getting
couldn't
nothing.
cash them in nowhere. I couldn't take them nowhere.
Wow.
I couldn't do nothing. And here's what's funny.
Couldn't pay the mortgage with it.
The people who listened to me and who said, okay, like, I feel you, those people was really setting me back, and I thought they was my friends. And the people that was challenging me, I don't care nothing about your daddy. You better learn how to read and write because you ain't gonna keep saying, you ain't gonna keep beat set. But you know what's so crazy? They lied and told me I wasn't gonna be able to keep telling that story. But I see adult men and women who are still telling that story. I
I
still
got
telling the same story.
Ben on the GC call this week, he shared this and I wrote it. I was like, wow. Again, we know all our thoughts, majority of our thoughts, I remember the number, 90%, 95% are repetitive, right?
Negative, repetitive.
Negative and repetitive.
Being careful,
So he said basically we spend about 5% is now in our conscious, not subconscious. 5% in our conscious brain. So that's about 1.2 hours a day. He's like, in those 1.2 hours, we're trying to figure out how to make the world match our preferences instead of trying to figure out why we got the doggone preferences.
In the first place.
Just think about that. Like we trying to make the world, what you just said, I'm going to try to make the world fit into everything that happened to me.
I'm trying to make motivational speaking a black industry. It's not.
Where you can wear your hat in Jordans.
You can't. So what do we had to do? We had to go, okay, we got to be number one before we could start. Okay, we got to get to PhD. Okay, we got to get so many million hit. Okay, we got to. So I want y'all to hear us. We weren't always like this, y'all. We couldn't always, logo, we ain't had no logo. We couldn't do what we wanted to do when we wanted to do it. And so we looked and said, oh, okay, we got to keep doing this. What would it take for us to run our own company and be able to come and go as we please and do what we want in this world in a way? What would it take to do that? And so instead of us going, this person let us down and this didn't work out the way we wanted to. And why wasn't that? And why isn't this? We just sat down and got real with what are all the challenges. We watch this. And we take ownership of the fact that we grew up in Michigan. And it was blue collar, blue collar. Yep. We took ownership of we didn't know that other world and we need to go study that other world. We took ownership of, okay, what if this is a white male dominant? It's just like basketball. For the first time ever, the last 2 years, millions of people have watched. And listen to me, I don't say this to be disrespectful. It's not women's basketball. It's college women's basketball. Let me just say that. I'm just saying facts. I'm not trying to, I don't care either way. It doesn't matter to me, but I'm just saying. And we had to deal with the reality of now they are now playing to a level where they're getting the same views or if not more than the men. They had to figure out, we a league, ain't nobody coming to see us play. Ain't nobody, what is it gonna take to get that? And they did it. So I just wanna say this one more time because I wanna make sure I'm clear. See how it says steps. You have an option. Step one, you can get proof of why your daddy wasn't in your life and why he treated you like that. You can get proof and you can get absolutely nothing. It's like cotton candy. You get nothing at the end of it. Or
you can't redeem them nowhere.
You can't redeem them. It's not.
It's got to be someplace on the planet.
Maybe with other victims in the form of sympathy.
Bro, let me tell you something.
You know what I'm saying?
No. It ain't nothing tangible.
To be like, ooh.
It's nothing tangible. You can get more with a Chuck E. Cheese token. You can get more with a showbiz. I don't know if they got showbiz yet.
A Toys R Us kid.
You can get more. If you had a Chuck E. Cheese, like 100 of them jokes.
Willy Wonka.
You could go to the front and they would say, choose.
You get a prize.
Yeah.
Choose the prize. You get absolutely nothing but somebody's ear after you complain about.
And that's what I'm saying. I gave the person the certificates.
You got them.
I was like, yep. Okay, you want to? I'll hand it.
Bank account ain't changed a lick. Respect from people hadn't changed a lick. You being more dominant in your field and people respecting you in your field ain't changed none. Nothing has changed. So the second thing you could do is go, no, I want to do the hard work. I was talking.
Can we stay on the first thing?
Oh, yeah.
Hold the second thing.
Okay, stay on the first thing. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, because I feel like I want you to keep what you said.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
Trust me, I ain't about to lose the second one.
Okay, but I'm saying, though, like, to your point of not being able to redeem it, I can remember when you also have to, okay, I'm going to say this correctly. When you do that, it kills your ability to work for it too. Does that make sense?
100%.
Because you've already said the reason.
Yeah.
So let me give an example. Everybody who didn't used to play football with who was on the team but didn't get no clock, the coach didn't like them. You know what I'm saying? Or like coach was trying to it's politics. But I noticed some kind of way that the best players, we never really felt the politics.
Never felt that.
No, I'm just saying, like my homie, and I used to let it ride too. My homie be like, bruh, you know, coach, bruh.
It's because your daddy up at the school all the time.
He don't fool with me like that.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know, man, you know how the politics. You know, my brother went here. He ain't like my brother.
Mm.
And I'm like, and I used to be letting them get it all. I
No
didn't
question.
care.
But if you could put up 5 touchdowns, coach don't like
No, I'm saying. So coach, and they do it at every level.
Yeah.
Coach willing to lose his job to prove a point to you. Like I'ma just. So he want to keep you down more than he want to win. But I always noticed that it was the players who was fringe benchies. But here goes the thing. Now you don't have to look at. Why would you look at your 40 time or your bench press ability if you've already made up in your
It has
mind?
nothing to do with that.
Coach,
It has nothing to do with that.
Wow.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I can't catch
Not
a pass. I
Bruh.
keep fumbling the ball.
No, I'm
It
saying.
has nothing to do with that.
nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
That's what I'm telling
Coach
you.
hating.
If you've already decided that,
Wow.
But it's grown people doing this, bruh.
1,000,000%. I'm just
Grown
using
adults.
an example of like
Grown
when I was
adults.
in school.
Yeah.
I'm like, so there's no reason to go get up extra shots.
Because coach ain't gonna let you play anyway.
What? Not because he's not gonna let me play anyway. That's not the reason. Because that's not the reason I'm not playing. It has nothing to do with the extra shots.
It's
So-
everything to do
Because
with
I would
politics.
put him up if I thought I had a chance to play.
Now, if I thought coach was fair,
Wow. If he was fair.
I'd be at practice
I'd get in the
grinding.
gym
Wow.
4:30.
No question.
But because he doesn't like me, how can you go work on something if you've already decided?
Delusional.
So that's what I was telling this person who gave me all the excuses. They actually told us that certain people just didn't thrive in the workplace.
Yeah.
But we had other people.
Thriving in the workplace.
In the same workplace?
In the same workplace.
Now you're getting into
Yeah.
too much business.
Yeah. Same
And,
workplace.
and again, you
No,
know,
and I mean it with all my
I
heart.
love this person. They
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about, and they love me. And
Yeah.
we joke like
I'm just
this,
saying, but to their point, it's real because that's what you decided to focus on. Like, it's real that the workplace, it's real that
politics.
it's real.
I'm saying, and again, we were at Michigan State. E was by far, in a way, I mean with a bullet, the number one candidate to take this job. When I say, listen, E was like Gandhi at Michigan State. We got hundreds of students coming out. By that time, we had the data, we had the evidence, we had the program going.
Everything.
All the students in the entire, let's say it was 500 students in the whole program, they only came to E. And it was time for the promotion. And we just knew. We up.
Praise God. Get that.
No, I'm saying. No, I'm saying. And here
no
go the
question.
thing.
Yeah, by
And guess what it probably was? Politics.
sure it was.
Guess what we never sat around and said, though?
That it was politics.
We can't win because it's
Yeah,
too much politics. You know what we did?
The same
We
thing
said-
you did before.
Oh, it does feel like politics here.
Yeah.
So we out.
Yeah.
So we don't have to,
Yeah.
because when we leave and create our own thing,
We're not gonna
and
have
now
to
it's people under us saying it's politics. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no question.
So this is why you got to get control of your own situation.
Yeah.
This is why you have to become a victor and not a victim. Because when you decide that you're a victim,
You're right.
everything else, you're right.
You're right.
You are all.
You're right.
Give him the trophy again. I'm about to get a trophy. I'm talking about engraved.
You're right.
Wow.
We put your jersey
You're
in the
right.
rafter.
You're right.
Number one, undefeated,
Heavyweight
scoring Hall of Fame, victim.
of the world.
And to go, I don't know if y'all covered this before, but to go a step further is
Don't forget about number 2.
I got them too.
Even if it is legitimately
Yeah.
like they don't like you and they're racist.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
and they're that. Like even
Yeah,
if that's
we talked about that. No,
Okay.
we were like, no.
Leave.
All of those are right.
Yeah.
We'll get, here you go. Have those too. What else? Racist, sexist,
Everything. Yeah.
ageist. Cool. We were like, no, Carl, here, you could, True.
Have
Now what? Like that, and that's what we're saying. Where do you go from
all the power is on the. You gave all your power
Jordan
to
with
them.
the 6 rings with the picture. He got all the rings on.
Yeah.
It. Like
Yeah.
that's you with your victim rings.
Yeah.
I got all of these. My mama, my daddy,
you
the
Kobe
sister.
with the hat and the jacket. Yeah.
Go ahead, number 2.
And you're still there.
You still there. And so number 2 is the same thing as number 1. What do you want at the end of it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you want at the end of it?
Because we know what you're gonna get, but what do you?
Yeah. And so for me, I had to decide, which one do you want? Do you want the sympathy that comes from your father not being in your life? Do you want the sympathy of your mom being 17 when she got pregnant with you? Which one do you want? Because those was my 2.
Bo, those are strong.
Those was my classics.
Big joke, a little joke.
Bro,
which
everywhere
one
I
was
went,
the big? Which one was the
my
little?
father not being in my life.
Big joke.
And only because my mom was in my life. So I ain't never really, like, it took me a long time to really start saying I got victimized from my mom.
That can't, little joker can't let
Yeah, it came later. Because it was like, I don't really want my mom to think I'm out here. So when I left home, I was like, okay, I ain't with her no more. So now I can make my mom the excuse. But my old dude was always big joke. Bye. How many books you got? I got 1 for sure. And that's my daddy one. Bye. And then I was playing that.
I got 1.
Bro, I was playing.
And a possible.
Bro,
If y'all want that one.
Here, okay, and I want y'all to listen to me. Because y'all heard this story, but we're going to contextualize it for you. I was saying my daddy wasn't in my life, killing it. People sympathize. I was beautiful. And then I would catch the bus to the homeless spot I was on Orange Line in Detroit,
With your
West
trophy.
Side. I was walking in the home.
With your trophy.
I was homeless with the trophy, putting that joke up at the end of the day. Bruh, on the bus with that.
You took your jacket off.
Everybody looking at me like, he won. He won.
Wow.
Bruh, right there, bruh.
Wow.
Kerosene heater,
Oh, yeah.
sardines.
Yeah, that's
I'm
as clear a
eating
picture
sardines
I've
out of
ever
can.
seen.
I got sardines and crackers eating out of can. Somebody might have sympathized with me and got me the what do you call it, the electric stove. So I got one of those. Somebody might have got me a pot. I'm in there making my eggs to go with my salmon. I ain't taking no showers.
You
I
seen
ain't brushing
salmon
my
out there
teeth.
homeless?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's
no, I'm talking about
sympathy
that's in the canned salmon, not what you talking about.
Oh,
I'm talking about
I
in the
thought
can.
you had a little. I
No,
said, dang.
you go either oil or water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they got
yeah.
spicy. They got you know what I'm saying?
Tuna.
Oh yeah.
Tuna.
No. So I would go home and go,
I got
yo, bruh, you got the trophy, but look at your. Look at what you really getting, bruh. Like, look at this. You know, bro, like I always say, bro, you in the city, bro, they gonna join you, bro. I was a walking billboard for capping jokes, right? And then when I stopped blaming people and I took ownership, I could see my bank account change. I could see my credit score change. I could see the respect. I ain't even want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I don't know when y'all listen to this. What's today's date?
It's coming out Thursday.
Hey, so April 9th, I'm getting an award for faculty at Michigan State University.
It ain't no victim trophy.
Bro, we left
getting the
2010. They still trying to,
Wow.
they still honoring us for what we did
What's
back
the-
in the day.
Wow.
I don't know the name of it. Dr. June was like,
Well, they want to be associated with winners.
Mm.
Everybody wants to be associated with winners.
Facts.
you
Yeah.
feel
No,
me?
I'm just saying. So it's like, yeah, well, let's honor you. That's why I be laughing even at Oakwood. He got kicked out till he blew up. Then it's like, come on back.
Come on
Can you-
back.
I'm just saying.
We need a
you know
commencement
me,
speaker.
The reason why Michigan State, because it's the honor of Dr. June.
Of course.
He called. So I'm like, Dr. June, I ain't going, but if you want me to, I'm like, Doc, I'll be there. So I'm just saying to you, because we're not victims, even the places that once
Mm.
now,
Play politics.
Mm.
Now you can't play politics no more.
I'm just saying.
Now other people saying they playing politics by letting you come in and get an award, and they ain't
You
get
feel
one,
me?
and they never left, and you left, and you getting an award, and I've been here for 20 years, and I ain't getting no award. Politics.
But everywhere we
cycle
go,
keeps
Bro, the cycle
but-
continues.
But everywhere we go, you see the Michigan State boy, and you see how it's. So I'm saying, here go the second one. The second one. Okay, so here's the deal. The first one, the victim boy, it feels good temporarily. It stings in the long run. The second one, it stings temporarily, but you win in the long run. So the second one, when you hear you can't read, you can't write, you know, you don't understand the 8 parts of speech. Bro, I was in college. And I didn't understand the 8 parts of speech. Bro, I was in college. I didn't understand topic, body, conclusion. Like, bro, the conclusion used to have me blew out. I'm saying I got to write what I wrote. Like, I said that in the beginning.
No, I still don't get that.
Bro, I'm like, how do I summarize what I said in the beginning?
And if I can do that, can I just write the conclusion?
Not the whole thing.
You feel me?
I could just bypass. Like, we could just do that.
Feel me?
I'd rather just get
And
you
the supportive boy, and the one that used to kill me was the succinctness. Like, okay, you want me to say one thing and don't say nothing different than that one thing I said. You just want me to keep saying that
the
same
whole
thing.
thing is about this one thing.
But the whole thing is about this one thing. I'm
This
like,
is
for
why
40 pages? I'm like, come on, somebody.
Ooh.
But
That's when you had that stroke. Bro. I told you to rewrite that joint. Wait, he said what?
had a stroke.
Oh, hey, what did they call
What did I
it?
tell you? Temporarily it burned.
Hey, what did they call it? I
They told
forgot
that
it.
man to rewrite that paper.
What's
He
the
fell out
format?
death.
NPA or whatever?
MLB.
Or all the
MLB.
format. I'm like, bro, what
Major League Baseball.
I don't know
Feel
what
me?
the point of that was.
Bruh. But on some crazy, whatever. So it hurts, man. That first one, it hurts because you got to take and absorb all of the responsibility, all of the fault. Even if some of it don't belong to you, you got to absorb all.
all.
You got to take all of it. You can't rewrite.
But when you start, now that's the next level. When you start doing that,
That's what you have to do on the second part.
When you start taking full responsibility
Everything.
and just being like, give me that too, that's when you can go to a whole nother level.
That's when you become the best at what you do. And so for me, it was like, man, can I blame my father a little bit? And it's like, no, you got to say, had he been in my life, maybe the path might have been a little smoother, but you have to take responsibility for what you did in class. And you have to take responsibility of, yes, maybe you were wired to not necessarily naturally see things.
Oh, my wife told somebody, okay, you crying about not having your daddy, but your daddy didn't want to be in your life. How you know it's not a good thing that this type of person didn't want to be? Maybe God kept you from that. Maybe that's the best thing that ever happened to you is that your dad wasn't in your life.
Yeah.
You don't know?
Yeah.
That's real.
And I was
but when you accept it.
But if you could take that
that's what I'm saying.
and say, God bless me,
you absorb
man, it was
all
a chance
of
for
it.
me to be messed up had my man been around.
And then that's when perspective change when you take full responsibility.
Yeah.
And when you take
and possibilities.
Yeah, but I'm saying though,
You know what I mean?
the possibilities come from the perspective.
Correct.
There are no possibilities when your perspective
Your
is
perspective
off.
is right.
When if it's my daddy's fault, there are no possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once my perspective about the same thing,
Wow.
the same thing that's like, yo, no, I'm just being honest. And I see it in my kids. My daughter, to this day, I don't know how Jada did it. Jada would see a word at 3 or 4 and she could sound it out. Jada would see execution at 4 or 5 and go execution.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't train her no more than we trained Jalen. They went to the same schools. They had the same teachers.
Yep.
But for whatever reason, now when it came to math, Jada couldn't. It was foreign. She couldn't understand math to save her life. Jalen math, he could do numbers in his head. Jada couldn't. So I always knew that I had a natural challenge with phonetics. But when you take full responsibility, it was, you don't need to naturally be gifted at anything on this earth. It's repetition.
Mm-hmm.
It's 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
There are people who come from other countries who didn't speak a lick of English, but when they got here, they needed English to survive.
Yeah.
So they learned the English language. Why? Repetition. I was just talking to a young lady. She was like, yeah, I learned from watching Judge Judy. And then I listened to country music. I'm saying you learn the language from watching Judge Judy and listening to country music. I was like, oh, that part makes sense. Both of them really, when I think about it, both of them make sense when you think about structurally who you're listening to and whatever. But for me, it was like, oh, okay. It's other people who didn't know how to read, who learned how to read, who didn't even come from this country,
And didn't speak the language.
Didn't speak the language, 18, 19, 20, past the years of, what do they call it, the formative years?
Oh.
They was way past the formative years, and they got it. So it was like, okay, you didn't get it naturally, which means everything you need to get is not given to you naturally. So you didn't get it naturally. Is there another way to get it? And if there is, somebody said this, man, it's not what you're capable of, it's what you're willing to do. It's not what you're capable of, it's what you're willing to do.
Absolutely.
And so when I
You're capable of a lot.
You're capable of more than you could ever imagine.
but are you willing to? And so once I start saying, yo, I want the money, or I want the, not even the degree, but I literally want one thing in my life that I can master, because I realize in America, if you want your freedom, I'm not even talking about making millions of dollars. If you want your economic freedom, it could be 200 grand, 210,000. If you master one thing in this country, you could blow up. And I said, yup, I'm about to master speaking. I'm about to master the art of telling stories and getting people to connect with those stories and change. And whatever it takes. So when people say, you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I was like, yo, this is the only way I'm going to be. I'm not telling you to get up at 3, but I understand this is the only way. If I get up early in the morning and I grind this thing out, I will be able to eventually catch up. Because the way life is, bro, life is full of plateaus. I don't care if I see a dude right now who bodybuilt, whatever. Bro, your muscles can only go so far. Bro, it's like after 10 years of working out, or 5 probably 3, unless you're taking some drugs, you can't make your body do nothing else. Somebody can start and catch up to you. And when I realized that you could have a Michael Jordan in the NBA or college, and what was my man's name? Come on, y'all. James Worthy. James Worthy said, when Michael Jordan came to North Carolina, I was a way better player than Michael Jordan. He said by his sophomore year, Michael Jordan was murdering me. Kenny Smith said Mike didn't have no handles. He said Mike came back after the next, he said, I was like, Mike ain't got no, I'll probably lock my man down. He can't. He said Mike came back the next year. Mike, he said I couldn't, bruh, Mike was on a whole nother level. And so I realized, like, okay, you gotta let the daddy card go. I'm like, put it away? Like, nah, you gotta let it go. The mama card, you gotta put it away. You gotta let it go. The grew up in Chicago, Detroit, yeah, you gotta put it away. You gotta put everything away, and you gotta bring Eric out, the real Eric Thomas. Will the real Eric Thomas please stand up? And you gotta take ownership for everything that happened in your life, because you are responsible for it. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I said this to Didi the other day. I was actually Didi and C, because I was just talking about Carl, people in my life who, like was been with me since back in the day, and are not necessarily, it's like people want to be like, you think you somebody, and it's like, let me tell you something. I'm the first to tell you I'm not perfect, but I am progressing. But here's what I tell everybody: the difference between you and I is that we both were victimized. I won. You're still trying to figure it out. I won. I won. And just say, hey, my victim, let him go wherever he want to go, do whatever he want to do. I'm not here to punish my victim. I'm here to enjoy my life. And there are those of you who are out there, you're trying to punish your victim. You're trying to make sure they get what they're supposed to get. And they, pay for how they hurt you. And they pay for how they let you down. And they pay, it's like what you were saying. My man didn't even call us. He didn't give us an explanation. And many people are still stuck 10 years ago, 20 years ago, trying to get an explanation of what happened. And you stuck and trying to make sure your victim gets his punch. Let me free you. Let me free you. Let me free you. Here's what the scripture says. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord of hosts. What you should be focusing on is not your victim and staying down, because if you keep your victim down, you got to stay down with your victim. What you should be focusing on is living an abundant life. And there are people who I know who are, I don't even think people are envious or jealous of us. That's not what they are. They are hurt that they never figured it out. And you figured it out. And I won. Everything the devil tried to do, whatever was meant to happen with me having a 17-year-old mom and not having my dad in my life, whatever was meant to happen for me going to a school district that wasn't able to meet my particular needs, whatever happened with the anger that I had that made me home, bro, I figured it all out and got on the other side of it. I won. And I have to remind you, because some of y'all think what happened with South Carolina is a norm. It's an anomaly. Having an undefeated season is an anomaly. Like, that don't happen. But what does happen is people winning championships and still losing. The best season in the NBA is 72-10. They took 10. Jordan, they lost 10 games that year. And a lot of you are
Didn't the
stuck.
Golden State break it?
But they didn't win the
They
championship.
didn't win the championship.
Yeah, but they okay, cool.
Yep, they didn't win the
Regular
championship.
season, though,
So they won the rec, but didn't win the big boy. I'm telling you how to win the big boy.
Yeah.
You're going to take some L's. But stop looking at the L's. Don't nobody win a championship and go, all right, before we enjoy the championship, you remember them 10 losses we took? Let's sit down and focus on those 10 losses.
Yeah.
They focusing on the 72 and that run they made in the championship game. And I'm telling you, stop trying to get revenge and stop trying to hurt the people that hurt you and get on with the rest of your life. And you win by doing what? Taking ownership, and you win by not acting like your past didn't exist. Nobody's trying to tell you to act like it didn't exist. We telling you don't give it the power it doesn't deserve. Let the L's go in the column that they go in. Let the wins go in the column that they go in. And you stack up them W's. Let the L's go, focus on the W's, stack up the W's, and man, make the rest of your life the best of your life.
I'm here just imagining, forgive me, y'all, I'm just imagining E growing up with a 2-parent stable home.
Oh, yeah, thank God he didn't.
Bruh, I'm just
Thank God he
straight
did.
up. Like, I'm
Thank God
just
he
think
did.
about it. Like, bro, you
We wouldn't even
remove
know.
half your passion, like all your energy is gone.
Yeah, no question.
Yo.
So it's like, to your point, the perspective of just like, yo, you put E in a 2-parent home and the world does not exist as the way it is right now.
I want to give, we gave out the victim trophy. I want to give out the self-assess trophy. I don't know if you've seen Buddy from Alabama after the game. So his name's Sears, the little point guard.
Okay.
And look what I was on the porch watching it, and I said, yo, let me pull out. I meant to send it to you, and I forgot. I was just thinking about it. Listen to what my man said.
Send it to Allie LaForce.
Aren't you glad you got these 15,000?
Hold on, you ready?
This is Will right there. Hold on, I gotta get to the interview.
Aren't you glad you got those 15,000 free makes up after your freshman year?
Now, the hard work always pay off. Hard work undefeated, man. I wouldn't be here without the hard work, because look at me, I'm 6'1", man. I ain't got the potential like I did in high school and all these young guys in high school, but hard work is always undefeated. Give all the honor and glory to God.
My man said,
Hard work is
and Carl, we could
undefeated.
put, just paste that clip in there maybe. But my man said, hard work undefeated, bro. He said, bro, I'm gonna just be real with you. He was like, I'm 6'1", bro. I ain't got all the potential all them guys got, but hard work is undefeated. For him to say that on the way to the Final Four. We just talked about my man, D3.
Yeah. D3.
Third string point guard. You talking about the league.
Practice squad.
I'm just saying, my man playing point guard for Alabama just took him to the Final Four. Last week they lost now, but took him to the Final Four and was like, yeah, I'm 6'1", bro. I ain't got all that. I ain't that 6'7" point guard coming down. Like, here's the crazy thing. When you self-assess, now you can play in reality. E, do you know how many shots my man probably didn't shoot? Because he knew this ain't my shot. Because when you fail to self-assess, you fail to self-assess in a lot of areas. So you come out thinking my man know what his game is. He was able to self-assess and go, that ain't my game, bro. I'm pass first. I'm this, I'm that. So anyway, that trophy goes to my man Sears from Alabama. And that's presented by Organifi, the superfood green juice powder, keeping this podcast powered up throughout these years, man. A great partner of ours, man. Go to Organifi.com for just all the health product needs you got, man. You got the gummies, you got the
Everything.
Bro, you got the green juice, the red juice, just anything that you could possibly need. My favorite is the green juice. I see it over there. I'm about to go get some. My favorite is the green juice. Y'all go check it out right now or at Organifi.com and receive 20% off your first order using the promo code SUCCESS. All right, use the promo code SUCCESS and try it out. Let us know what you think. Join the Organifi team. I see we got a couple Organifi.
They sent a couple things.
You know what I'm saying?
Some little bottles and stuff.
I
got you.
I'm gonna take that right there, the fat. But I appreciate y'all, bros, man. That was a good.
Likewise.
That was a good one. You good?
I'm
Anything
blessed,
to say?
I ain't see your text till late. I was outside.
Oh yeah. Oh, were you?
I was literally standing out there.
Oh yeah. No,
I didn't see your text. I was like, oh shoot. I saw your text when I sat here. I was like, oh, my bad.
We'll see if we can get Dr. King back in the building next week. We out of here. We love y'all. We'll
See you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself, right? Make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback and how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.